Hello to the people of Clonmel and South Tipperary. On behalf of the Army Wives and Partners Committee, I would like to welcome and thank you for coming out here today. I was delighted to see so many turning up at St. Mary's. And now that I'm standing up here and I can see all the people, I'm almost speechless. Almost. It is a little overwhelming to be up here. You see one person with a microphone, but from where I stand, I see the proof that the Irish spirit is still alive and well, despite our many adversities. You have certainly raised my spirit, and I feel like there's nothing we can't accomplish. Of all the slogans that we have, Aoife came up with the one that sticks in my mind. Don't kick him out of kick him.
Thanks very much, Rose. First of all, as Mayor and first citizen of Clonmel, I want to say a sincere thank you to each and every one of you who have come out here this afternoon to show your support for what is something that is part of our tradition, part of our history, part of our heritage, and something that nobody, and I sincerely mean nobody, particularly on this truck, will allow to close. I want to reiterate once again my 150% support behind kickham barracks. I want to reiterate that I will use every opportunity that I can as Mayor of Clonmel, and I will use the office of the Mayor of Clonmel to the best of my ability to ensure that the Minister is left in no doubt that we will not accept any downgrading or any closure of kickham barracks. And I want to make that public claim here on the streets of Clonmel in front of so many people this afternoon. On Thursday we had the opportunity to meet with Minister Shatter, and before I go into detail in relation to it, I want to sincerely congratulate both Eleanor, Elaine and Christine for the way that they presented themselves, the argument they put across. Well done, ladies, you were exceptional. I also want to pay compliment to everybody that was on that deputation, to the Oireachtas members, to Councillor Michael Fitzgerald, my colleague who's the chairman of the County Council. Everybody put their shoulder to the wheel at that meeting. Everybody stood up to the Minister and left him know in no uncertain terms that this was a unified approach. It wasn't one particular person or one particular party in any way, shape or form. This was a unified approach from everybody in South Tipperary, and in particular in Clonmel, to ensure that kickham barracks was not going to be treated in the manner in which he's proposing to treat it. The meeting didn't go, I suppose, according as we wanted it to go. However, we did get an assurance that there was no decision made, and the Minister made that reference 3 or 4 times. I did take the opportunity as Mayor, and I officially invited him to come to Clonmel and to visit kickham barracks. Whilst he didn't accept the invitation there and then, I followed that up yesterday with a formal letter to the Minister's office inviting him to come to Clonmel and to see it firsthand, the excellent service and provision of service that we have here in our town. I'm not going to hog the proceedings this afternoon, only to say once again that I, as Mayor of this very historic town, am 100% behind this campaign, and I will do everything that I can and assist in every way I can to ensure that kickham barracks remains as it is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the committee for inviting me here this afternoon to say a few words of support. I can assure you that the elected members of Carrick and Shertown Council fully support your efforts in trying to prevent the closure of kickham barracks. Kickham barracks has been a great support role of many generations to the people of Carrick. It provided employment, it provided much needed finance during the hard times, and even now when they're getting a bit harder, there's always a standard of kickham barracks in Carrick Sure, and we do appreciate that. I, in my capacity as Mayor, and the other members will write to the Minister reinforcing your views that the barracks should not be touched at this point in time. We support everything that you're doing, and we're there for you. If you need other support for caricature, please contact me. And there's a lot of caricature people here today, and I'm sure most of you know them as well. There's a number of caricature people living in Clonmel, and they know me as well. So I offer you my wholehearted support in individual capacity as a member of our elected town council, and I wish you the best for the future. And I know you will succeed based on today's turnout in such a bad day. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to commend everybody who came out on such a bad day to support this campaign. The Mayor of Clonmel, Darren Ryan, has already mentioned the three ladies who were with us at the deputation last Thursday. I'd again like to commend them because they spoke passionately to the Minister about the causes and effects that the closure of this barracks would have on their families, and they reiterated that effect across all of the families who would be affected. Why is a proposal being made to close Clonmel barracks? Well, the answer we got to that from the Minister was because the country is in an economic crisis. And each spokesperson on the deputation took up one issue with the Minister. And my brief was to deal with the economics in relation to the closure of this barracks. And quite simply, ladies and gentlemen, the economics do not stand up. The projected savings to close Kickham barracks is in the order of €250,000 per year. The cost of securing the barracks alone, so that it doesn't end up like McKee Barracks in Kildare, would be in the order of between 100 and 150,000 alone. The cost of transferring the soldiers to Limerick or Kilkenny, conservatively speaking, for travel and subsistence, of which they are entitled to, of which is part of their contract agreement, would be in the order of 300,000 for 9 months. The cost to the state of soldiers who could not afford to go to Limerick or Kilkenny, because it would not be economically viable for them to do that, who would have to leave the army and would end up on social welfare, would be in the order of a couple of 100,000 per annum again. I could go on, but I won't. But I did when I spoke to the Minister the other day, and he did assure me, and he assured the delegation, that no decision has been made, and we must continue to fight to make sure that when a decision comes, that it will not be to close Kickham barracks. I pointed out to the Minister that there are many other ways to save money in the Defence Forces. One of them, for example, is that the present medical structure within the Defence Forces is archaic, is Dickensian, and is not operating in a modern fashion. And if he looked at that, there are savings there of somewhere in the order of 700,000 per annum for him. He then needs to find the other 500,000. Well, if he looked at the officers that are driving around on travel and subsistence around this country on a weekly basis, I'm sure he'd find the other 500,000. I say to you, as I said in Harrods Hotel just in here the other week, the fight continues, and I support you 100%. Thank you, Chair.
As we all know, there's absolutely no reason, good, bad or indifferent, for closing Kickham barracks. As Senator Andy has said, the savings involved are absolutely minuscule, and not alone that, but when you throw everything else in, it's going to cost huge amounts of money to save Kickham barracks. One of the things that we have said, and that the deputation said to the Minister the last day, was that the huge effect that this will have on Clonmel and South Tipperary. There's something like 9 to 10 million euros will be taken out of the local economy of Clonmel and South Tipperary if Kickham barracks close. Now, that's just not a figure. That means that there'll be more job losses, more shops closed, more people on the dole queues, more cost to the state by payment of social welfare. So if there's a thing that the decision is made to close the barracks, it is a question of cutting off your nose to spite your face, as the old people used to say. There's absolutely no reason for it. I'm 100% supporting the campaign. I remember standing here back in '95 when they first tried to close Kickham barracks as Mayor of Clonmel, and we got support from the town and from PD4 again at that time, and we were successful in stopping the closure then. I know we'll be successful again because we have the support of everybody right across this town, right across this county, and everybody involved in the Defence Forces. I'll be continuing to support the campaign, and I'll be raising the issue again on the floor of the Dáil next Wednesday when I'll be taking issue with Minister Alan Shatter on this, and I certainly will be supporting the campaign 100% into the future, and I'm absolutely certain that with your support and with the support of the people of South Tipperary, we'll stop the closure of the barracks. For Amina Mahagway.
The three ladies that came and told their personal experience, their personal worry, not alone for them, but indeed for every family that would be affected by the closure of this barracks. And while we listened to the Minister for over an hour, I have to say I came away with one thing in my mind. I was worried. I was worried because I believe that the Minister is listening too much to his advisors. And I believe, as a member of his party, I will leave no stone unturned to make sure that he knows it from me and from the other Oireachtas members. But not alone he knows it, but so will the Taoiseach know that there is no savings in closing Clonmel Barracks. Between the three of them, it's 1.3 million. That's roughly 300,000 here in Clonmel as savings. In my opinion, not alone would the Minister want to open his eyes to the people that are advising him, but so would the Department of Defence and the Chief of Staff of the Army. And it's high time, and I say it without fear of contradiction, it is high time that the Chief of Staff comes and tell us, the Oireachtas members, or tells the people of South Tipperary, or indeed tell the people of Clonmel exactly why they are proposing a cut which will only save such a small amount. I believe, Madam Chairperson, that what we must do, we must write and lobby the Minister, but we also, everybody that's here today, and every business in this town, and in every town in South Tipperary, and in every village, you must write to the Chief of Staff and tell him what he's doing is wrong and he must stop it. And I'm fully behind you all in this campaign, and I will fight to the bitter end in relation to this crazy decision. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michael O'Connell, and I'm here with the ladies that organised the Save the Kickham Barracks march, hoping to keep it open. I'd like to introduce the ladies. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
And they were in Dublin on Thursday to meet the Minister. And could you tell me, how did that go?
3 members of the committee went up there, myself, Christine McGrath and Elaine Troy. It was disappointing. We didn't expect answers, but it was disappointing, but we were able to put our position to him very strongly on how it would affect us as a family, and the representatives came with us from the Chamber of Commerce, and our local politicians came with us. It was disappointing, really, because he said no decision had been made yet, but that's not very reassuring for us as a family.
And we've just finished the march today under some very bad conditions, and were you happy with the turnout?
Yes, the people of Clonmel really support us coming out, even though the weather was very bad, and we're delighted that we had such a good turnout, and we thank the people of Clonmel for coming out to support us, and we hope they continue to support us in our fight.
And there was a lot of speeches made by a lot of the political representatives of the town, and what did you think of that? How did you feel that way? If it's not a question, no.
No, we're delighted for support from all political parties on such an important issue, and from the start of our campaign we've been happy to work with any of the political representatives who will work with us to help us save our barracks in Clonmel.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's it.
That's it.